Justin, thank you so much for coming to Dallas. This
No.
is really a big treat.
Hometown for me, so I love it.
Yes,
Yeah.
Burleson, Texas.
Yeah.
And, you just think back on what's happened to you all in a year or less, and it's just so incredible. Let me ask you, first of all, Kelly, this thing, fame, what has been the most surprising thing about fame?
I guess really I have friends in the industry, so nothing's really surprised me, but it hit me, so you already know it's coming, but when it hits, it's never quite the same as knowing. That'd be pretty much being away from the friends and the family part. I don't see them at all. So yeah, I see them like once or twice, maybe maybe every 2 months, every 3 months. So that's kind of hard because I'm a big friends girl. So.
And you hadn't counted on that?
No, I had counted on not seeing them as much in the family. I knew that I'd be busy and all, but it doesn't quite hit you until you're on airplanes and in hotel rooms all the time. So, and never at home. So. But it's worth it, paying my dues, so.
And Justin, what about you? What has been the most surprising thing about fame?
Well, fame kind of interested me when I first got into this. It's like, you kind of want to be famous, you want to be known for what you do. But what kind of surprised me about fame and what I see about it is that it doesn't actually change who you are. It just magnifies what's going on in your life. And, I think that's how a lot of people either do this or do that. And, I just was fortunate to have good parents because, I just don't take it all very seriously, the fame part of it, you know what I mean? Like, I love my music and I love what I do, but, fame is just another word, you know what I mean? And,
Comes with it.
yeah, comes with the territory without a doubt.
Let's talk about the movie From Justin to Kelly. Was there ever, Kelly, any discussion about it being from Kelly to Justin?
No, the title of the movie works actually well because it's about miscommunication with texting and everything, and then it's always from Justin to Kelly because I didn't actually have his number.
I'm always the one
He's
who's
always
texting.
Of course, the guy's chasing, ladies. The guys always chase.
Do I understand correctly that this was a 6-week shoot?
Yeah, it was pretty insane. The fact that we shot a movie, period, in 6 weeks, when most of them will take, 3-4 months, over a year even, some of them. And then you add the musical element into that, it was a pretty amazing feat that we got it done,
Yeah, so it's like doing a movie plus doing music, then plus doing dancing for it, so.
Right.
It was all pretty big, but I think coming off of American Idol, everything going so fast for us that we were kind of used to it by now.
Believe it or not,
Everything being fast.
Yeah, that schedule was a little bit easier than
Oh.
American Idol schedule. The shooting schedule for the movie was, I would say it was significantly easier than.
Yeah, I'd have to say that myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. American Idol pretty much set us up for anything we do in the future. So.
Yeah, get it done and get it done yesterday. So,
Yeah.
It was basic training.
Yeah,
Yes.
it really was boot camp.
It really was boot camp.
Boot camp, without a doubt.
Prepared us for everything.
Yeah.
I think one of the most surprising things for most people seeing this movie will be what great dancers the two of you are. Now, who
thank you.
knew? Who knew?
Actually, not a lot of people do know, but he actually went to school and he danced in school, and I actually started off dancing before I even knew I could sing. So I was actually a dancer before then. So.
So that explains it then.
Yeah, we pretty much we already knew how to move
before.
before.
So it was nice to have a nice boot camp for 2 weeks. Trying to get the choreography down and everything. So it was really cool. We worked with some great people, Travis Payne and Stacy Walker, choreographers.
Love them.
Very, very good. So.
But some of the dancing, and here again, it's just something I heard, that some of those dances you had only maybe 4 hours to learn the whole dance.
Really,
Is that true?
finale where that happened.
Yeah, the finale was a fun day, or we did I think 2 days and it was we did we were like rehearsing that day that we were shooting it, so it was pretty rough schedule, but like I said, it didn't really seem, the dancers and everybody were like, oh my gosh, I can't believe y'all are doing this fast. But it was normal to us to be doing everything so fast, because the finale on American Idol, they informed us we were singing, and we didn't even, like, the duet right before we went on. Yeah. And then also, like, we didn't even know we were both doing A Moment Like This and Before You Love Again. So we're pretty much used to people throwing stuff at us. So we weren't caught off guard. We can't be caught off. It takes a lot for me, to be caught off guard. I'm sure as well as Justin.
Yeah,
so.
The interesting thing about the movie is that we learned a bunch of dances. We learned a bunch of routines. And then as the movie went along, we actually placed them in the songs. And when it came to the finale, going back to that, that was just piecing together different routines. And I think the toughest part for us, and even the dancers themselves, was having to then lip sync to all of that. Because we were so used to doing the dance and the choreography, and we're thinking, okay, we do this when we dance here, and on this count we go here, we go that, and the other, and then we have to add.
And we mixed up the routines. We'd cut one in half and put the other half to it.
And then we have to put in, lyrics to all of it. So it was a challenge. But
the best part though is after you get the lip singing down, with doing the dancing and everything. The best part is when you're riffing, like you're doing little little every now and then, and you have to shut up. You have to like kind of put that in there too while you're doing big moves, because they weren't. Travis and Stacy did a wonderful job. It was some pretty difficult dancing, especially in the finale, but it was fun for us though. That's what we loved it. So
how are you coping with all the rags and the tabloids and everything that just have to they feel compelled to bring you two together as a big romantic duo, and how are you coping with all that?
Rolls right off my back.
Yeah, exactly.
When
it just doesn't bother me. It's kind of funny that they actually write about us. You know what I mean? And my mom always jokes around with me. She says, my friends tell me that you've really made it now because you're in the rags, you're in the tabloids. So whatever, if people are entertained by the fiction contained in them, that's cool. It's just another part of entertainment as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, it just rolls right off our back. Like, become British and insult us in front of 20 million people, and maybe we'll have something there.
For you,
yeah, because we handled Simon, so we're pretty much they ain't got nothing compared to Simon. So.
Do you have another boyfriend?
No, another?
I mean, or a boyfriend.
I was like, No, I'm actually, my schedule's so hectic, along with his probably too, so we really don't have time for stuff like that. It would really be unfair to kind of date anyone. Yeah.
You have
career first right now.
It's career. I've been dating my album.
Yeah. And the music on it.
Yeah, I've been courting, all my producers and writers and RCA. I've been dealing with that, and that's been my love affair as of late. So it's finally come to fruition. So
it's actually funny because I've been doing interviews with that, and people have been asking about it, and I don't think people actually know how a little bit boring our lives are, because all we do is really work all the time. It's not really anything too interesting going on. So but
I actually felt strange going home. I just took a week vacation. This will air a little bit 2 weeks ago, but I took a week vacation, and it was very odd actually going home and having nothing to do. Like I felt a little out of place because of the past year. I've been working nonstop, and so Kelly, and it's really interesting. Without a doubt.
Yeah, when we go home,
our lives are crazy.
I run errands. I have to keep busy because I'm used to being busy.
Yeah.
So when I get home, I'm like, oh, I have to get this and do this, and
I
schedule a day. It's awful.
Yeah.
Because I at least try if I go home, I try and set one day at least. If I get 2 days, one day just to lay in bed. So just to kind of get that out.
Do you find, Kelly, when you go back to Burleson, that people treat you differently, and even though you don't feel any differently towards them?
It is funny to go back, and it's a half and half. I have half the people I know from Burleson. They're like, oh, Samuel Kelly, and it's it's the same old situation as it was, but when I lived there before. But, and then half people are kind of, it's funny because they're like starstruck. And I'm like, I was in 4th grade science with you. What are you doing? Like, they're like crying, and I'm like, what are you doing? It's kind of odd to see that. But I can't, grasp what they're feeling because, they're seeing one of their, elementary, grade school, kids in school on TV and everything. And that has to be a little odd for them. So I think fame and everything is more difficult for friends and family more than it is for us because we don't really experience it like everybody else does. We're so busy that we don't really even have time to even let stuff sink in. So,
where is home for you, Justin?
Home for me at the present is out of a suitcase, but really home is in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. It's a suburb outside of Philadelphia, and it's interesting. I have a really close group of friends who, same old. It's great, and it's really nice. It's very grounding to be able to come back home to that. But yeah, it's difficult to go out and just kind of try and be normal because people see you as something else just because we came through the television or they listen to us on the radio or whatnot. It's like all of a sudden we take on this whole other thing. That's that whole smoke and mirrors part of fame, and yeah, and it's what it is, it's part of what we've ultimately asked for. But I don't mind it. And, we, like Kelly said, we stay very busy, so we're kind of through our career and through our fame, we're actually shielded from all of that.
Let's very quickly talk about each of your albums. Now, when does your album come out?
My album comes out June 10th. It's something I'm really proud of. I think that people are going to be surprised by it, because they get to see what I did on American Idol, but I think I take it a little bit further on this album, and my voice has gotten stronger, and I have very good writers and people that I've worked with, and I've gotten to actually write myself on it as well. And it's it's going to be a little bit of something for everybody. It's rooted in soul and soulful singing, but it's got a little bit of R&B in there, some pop, a little bit of rock, and I'm proud of it.
Is it all new and original music?
Yes, everything except for Unchained Melody and Get Here, which was one of my favorite ones on the show. But it's all new music beyond that. Yeah.
Okay, Kelly, for people who don't have your album yet, it's out. It debuted at #1.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know. I was really excited. I was really excited when I found out the album went to #1, but then I was really excited whenever it went platinum. So that was an exciting moment.
Excellent.
But yeah, I just love that people are liking what I wanted to do. I kind of expressed to everyone that I wanted to make a versatile CD, something that would open doors for me and not close me off necessarily to one category for an award show or something, So I wanted to just try some new things, and I'm gonna continue to do that. So luckily, my fans love that. That's the one thing that they always compliment me on every time I meet somebody. They're like, I love versatility. I love that you're always doing something different. It keeps me on my toes. So I'm like, all right. I was like, well, that's gonna work out well then. So yeah, I'm really happy with the album, how it's turned out, and now we're going worldwide with it. So yeah, going to UK and going to Japan and so far. So
just great. Well, I couldn't be happier for anybody than I am for you two.
Thank you.
Because I did follow you on American Idol, and when it came down to, I don't know how I could have voted. I mean, I would have had to say tie.
That's what we come in contact a lot with, yeah.
The beautiful thing is that it doesn't matter.
Because we both done the same thing. That's what's funny.
Yeah.
That's what I was telling Clay and Ruben, and I think you were too. Like, it doesn't, like, we both have CDs, we both have, we did a movie, both did a tour, both did a show. Like, it's
the fact they were on
there.
that final show means all the world, because, whether you come in first or second, you get a massive amount of exposure. And that's what, the show in the end is all about, is getting people who have great talent and exposing them to the world or to the United States. And, both of them got an equal amount of it. And, so did we. And, we both came out all right. And I think that, Clay and Ruben well as well.
Well, and I wish you the best of luck with the movie.
Thank
too.
you.
Thank you.
And thank you again for coming to Dallas.
Thank you.
No, thank
so
you.
much.
We'll be back.
Thanks, Bobbie.
Just hold it a second. Now he's going to bring the camera around. All right. Okay, I'll just start. All right. Kelly, for you, what was the most surprising thing about Fame?
Do you want me to actually answer?
I think it was the fact that she got free fondue from it. Chocolate
let's
fondue.
see, CJ, what kind of a shot are you on?
I can get a 2-shot with family 2 in it, or I can just get her 2 shots. Or it just depends on how you ask the question.
Okay, can you get a 3-shot?
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you just get a 3-shot and hold that the whole time?
Okay.
Okay, and then what I'm gonna do, I'll re-ask that, Kelly, for you, ready? Okay, he's standing there. Okay. All right. Kelly, for you, what was the most surprising thing about Fame? And Justin, how about you?
Well, I think it was the free supply, year's supply of pork rinds I got from my local grocery. It was phenomenal. It was great.
Okay. All right. Next question. Okay. Many people are going to be surprised about the dancing and how good you people are at dancing.
Oh, thanks. You know, we spent a lot of time in strip clubs and watching how they do things. And I'm sorry, is that in there? I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. I'll be serious now so we don't have dumb things like that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Dumb reactions anyways. So.
Okay. Do I understand correctly that this whole thing, this whole movie was done in 6 weeks?
Yeah, we,
That'd be 6 weeks.
yeah.
6 weeks of
All
fun.
right. Kelly, when you go back to Burleson, do you find that people treat you differently? Justin, where do you call home?
I call home Doylestown, Pennsylvania. About yada, yada, yada. Pork rinds.
All right. What is it like for you when you go back to Pennsylvania?
You know, it's fun and cold. It rained all week, yeah.
All right. How are you all coping with the tabloids that are just compelled to bring you two together in a romantic way? Okay. Do you have a boyfriend?
No.
And what about you? Do you have a girlfriend?
No.
All right, I think the rest of it I can cover then without the questions.
Some nice VOs.
Yes, VOs, you got it.
Nice.
By not participating with the Echo